Alright guys, I'm here in Tulum and I'm going to show you some behind the scenes views of what to expect of the Tulum Coba tour, sometimes called the 4-in-1 tour, sometimes called the 5-in-1 tour. There's just different companies naming different things and they each have slightly different amenities, different options for you, but the overall concept is the same, where you check out archaeological ruins, cultural stuff about the Mayans, and obviously lots of beautiful views of nature as you're going on the tour. So I'm going to show you some videos of what to expect, and at the end I'll kind of give you all some tips, some the pros and cons of the tour. I'll just tell you one right now. So some people don't like how you have to walk a lot. If you don't like to walk, this probably isn't for you. I think you'll walk like 6 kilometers today, something like that. But it's broken up into bite-sized pieces. Like right now, I'm walking about 1 kilometer to go see the Tulum ruins. So we'll go ahead and get started. And I'm actually approaching them right now. So I'm pretty excited, and I'll start showing you guys some videos of the ruins here in Tulum. All right, thanks guys.
Hola, sombreros de 100. Sombreros de 100 pesitos, sombreros, 100 pesos.
Alright guys, this is the entrance to the walled city of Tulum. It's pretty cool how it's really built into how the trees and the walls are built in together. And keep in mind guys, these walls were built hundreds of years ago. So we'll go ahead and get started as we enter into the city. So this is Tulum. As you can see, this is the inside, and there's not very much shadow or shade, I meant to say. And this is where most of the cultural things happen. This is where people lived. This is where people had different ceremonies. As you can see, there's not temples, so it's not like a religious place. There's not pyramids, I meant to say. It's mostly where the people lived, so lots of stuff to look at. You can see it's massive. Looks like about the size of a big city block. So it's actually bigger than I thought. I was honestly expecting it to be pretty small, but it's much bigger than I thought it was going to be, and actually much more open than I thought it was going to be. So anyways, pretty cool. Here we have some more houses. This is a different house, as you can see. It has some columns there. I think they said it's a 7-bedroom house or a 4-bedroom house. Here we have like a temple up there. And this is they said this was an administrative house. So I don't know if that meant that somebody lives here too, or if it was just for administering paperwork or whatever they had to do. Sorry guys, I'm not a tour guide. Or I'm not a history teacher. But pretty cool stuff to look at, guys. You're gonna definitely love this. I highly recommend this tour. I'm loving it already, and we're just literally like, not even a quarter of the way into it. So. More beautiful views. Absolutely gorgeous views of here in Tulum. Alright guys, so this is the side view of the temple, and this is a temple to the rain god, and you'll see why here in a second. This is the upper level. That's kind of where you can go. I guess it is a higher level, so they can pray, and they can also oversee the sea. So as I said earlier, the city was more for cultural reasons, and it was more about trade and for a communications hub. It wasn't really a pyramid style religious place. It was more for commercial reasons. So here you can see how close it is to the beach, and this is where fishermen would come and bring their fish. And they also highly prize precious stones. So it's very important to bring in. So pretty cool. Beautiful beauty. Here's another side of the building. This is the opposite side. And here we have a little cute friend. There's tons of iguanas everywhere. They're just kind of chilling everywhere. There's another one behind them. I don't know if you can see them looking the other direction. It's kind of hanging out. But here in a second we'll see another beautiful view of the Tulum walled city here. If you look way over there, that's where we came in through. We're now at the top of the hill. This is the beautiful turbulent water that Tulum is known for. So just absolutely stunning views and just, you know, perfect mix of ruins and nature and just natural beauty. So anyways, that's just the back view of the temple. More amazing views here at Tulum. And another view here, just absolutely beautiful view of this amazing turquoise water. And oh guys, this place is massive. I just noticed there's another spot over here where you can walk and check out more of the city. More iguanas. I'm actually surprised how many iguanas there are here. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it's just tons of natural beauty. You can see the oh, look at this little guy just ran out in front of me. Look at this little guy. That was my Steve Irwin voice. I don't know if you could tell or not. And what's one of the things I just noticed too, I thought was pretty crazy, is there's a bunch of cactus. So I mean, maybe this happens in other places, but I don't know if I've ever seen cactus and palm trees right next to each other, like living, cohabitating. But man, this thing is a lot bigger than I was expecting, not gonna lie, guys. I almost wish I had a Fitbit so I could see how much I walked today. I know my phone has something on it, but and I found another little temple here, a room, whatever that is. I don't know what it is. Also, oceanfront view. So pretty cool room. Oceanfront view. And this is leaving the walled city. So pretty cool. Alright guys, we're here in Coba at the entrance. So when you first come in, there's the first pyramid to the right, and this is a whole like community. So this is the first part, and now we're about to get on a bicycle, and here we have the Mayan, they call this the Mayan limousine, where, you know, they can give you a ride, or you can rent a bike over here. So but yeah, I'm about to get on the bike real quick. It's 2 kilometers to the main pyramid, so about to do that right now. So this is the bike path. It's 2 kilometers down, or you can walk it, but it's pretty nice. Nice breeze coming through, nice shaded area. So it's, you know, if you were gonna walk it, it would take you a long time. You can walk it if you want to, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're on a tour or if you have any time constraints. Alright guys, this is the Conjunto Pinturas, and I actually rode off ahead of my guide, so I'm here by myself right now. But it looks absolutely beautiful. So cool to check this out. So one of the pyramids, you used to be able to climb up these. They've changed it in the last couple of, I think they actually just changed it last year. I don't know exactly, to be honest with you. I think in 2020 you were still able to walk up before the pandemic. But as you can see, that on the side is where all the wear and tear happened. So that's probably why they stopped allowing people to do that. But pretty cool little area here. So when my guide shows up and the rest of the group, I'll find out what this area was for.
Este árbol estuvo al borde de la extinción porque un personaje de nombre de alguien que le hizo.
Alright guys, so this is another structure here. Pretty cool. Alright guys, so here we are here in Coba still. This is where they played their games. Guys, I wandered off from my group on accident. I still haven't found them, so I don't know the name of this game right now. So don't do what I do, guys. Don't wander off from your group. Super cool pyramid here. And this is the main pyramid in Coba. I don't know, I'll check at the height later. It looks like 3 to 5 stories. But man, it's massive. But you used to be able to climb it too. Then they closed that off recently, the last couple of years. So very beautiful structure. Surrounded by the jungle here. This is where they used to come to pray to be closer to God. Okay guys, so this is the buffet. I'm actually getting seconds right now. Really good stuff. I just had some, so I definitely want to get seconds. But they got fish, chicken, and pork, and then they also have tortillas and stuff like that. So then beans, rice, and veggies. So definitely recommend it. Okay, thanks guys. Alright guys, so each tour company will kind of take you to different locations. They each have different cenotes and restaurants that they take you to. So this just happens to be one of them. And just so you know too, there's 3 types of, there's either 3 or 4 different types of cenotes. One is, what this one is, it's basically an open hole with, as you can see, there's some fish right there. Where water just got in, but typically it'll have caves connecting it to other water sources. And a fun fact about the area is there's not above ground rivers. So cenotes are really the only form of water, and they served as not only a reservoir for the Mayans, but a lot of religious purposes too. And keep in mind, like I said, there was no water system, so there wasn't rivers. So this was the best form of getting water to their households, and also obviously to just living purposes. There's not a lot of agriculture here, mainly because, you know, it's really hard to grow on rocks or plant on rocks, but stuff grows wild anyways. So it was more about, but I guess it's not like what we think of agriculture, like mass produced. It was basically planting a tree like this on top of a rock. You know, that's pretty much what happened. Or more like this one, where you find a piece of dirt and plant obviously this is a palm tree, but you could plant whatever there. That's kind of how the Mayans did it. I'm trying to find a better example of it somewhere, but that'll have to be it for now. Mostly more like this, but they basically just put a seed in a patch of dirt just to kind of make it hopefully grow. But anyways, guys, yeah, this is the cenote at this particular location, but there's literally thousands of cenotes in the area. All right, guys, so I wanted to give up my wrap up and review of the tour I did yesterday, which is sometimes known as the Tulum and Coba tour, the 4-in-1 tour, the 5-in-1 tour. There's literally dozens of companies, and they each market it slightly different, and they're each slightly different experience too. But I just want to kind of give you my wrap up of my tour yesterday. So first of all, this is, if you watched the video obviously before this, you'll see that this is a cultural and archaeological tour. So it has a lot of different things to see about the Mayan culture. Very, very exciting, very like, you know, a lot of information that was really cool to learn about. First, I want to give you the pros and cons. So, and these are just my opinion. So, first of all, the pros, you get to knock out 4 tours in one day, which is Tulum ruins, the Coba pyramid. You get to swim in a cenote, and you get to visit Playa del Carmen. And just to let you know, guys, there's literally thousands of cenotes in the area, and each cenote is just awesome and a different experience in and of itself. So each company is going to be slightly different on where they take you to, but for my experience, I thought it was totally worth it. And just so y'all know, they kind of package everything together, because I've talked to a couple tour guides about it, and why they do that is because they're almost in and of themselves, they can be their own experience, and I'll leave a link for you if you want a private tour of each location. But to be honest, a lot of people kind of get bored and tired after just one location, so they package them all together to kind of make it worth your while, give you the most value for your money. So it's a really good deal, and so that was the next pro. It's an inexpensive way to see a lot of things all at once, very affordable price. You know, and I'll leave a link for that too, so you can get it on the lowest price. They do fluctuate season to season. The good thing about it is if you lock in your price now, you won't have to worry about the slight fluctuations that are season to season. The other thing, guys, is you get guided experience with a certified guide. Everywhere we went, there was people that were wandering on their own, kind of doing their own tour, which I've done in the past. I've done tours like that where I just show up to where I'm supposed to be going, and I know nothing. I know nothing where I'm looking at. And next, if you watch my video, I actually wandered away from my team on accident when we were in the Coba part. They told us where to go. Since I was by myself, and I was the only one that was by myself, they're like, if you want, you can go ahead. That way you don't have to wait for everybody to get their bikes. And I was like, oh yeah, of course. And he goes, just make sure you take a left. And I was like, got it, take a left, no problem. And of course, I did not take a left. So I went to the wrong part. And I was like, was there a left I missed? And I waited there for like 5 to 10 minutes, and I realized nobody was coming. And so I had to play catch up, but I kept wanting to explore this massive site. But I knew nothing about what I was looking at, knew none of the backstories, knew none of the awesome information that they give. And then when I was with the group, I was noticing that while the tour guides were talking, there was always like somebody nearby listening to see what the tour guides had to say. So it's 100% better experience to have a tour guide with you that actually knows what they're talking about. So I highly, highly recommend it. Now we'll go over the cons. And guys, these aren't my cons. I read a tons of reviews about it. These are just what people said about it. It's a long experience. It's a 12-hour experience overall. So it's a full day experience. And then some people say that you get rushed around. I never felt that way, but I'm just giving you guys, I have no cons. That there really wasn't anything negative about the experience, but I'm just letting you know what people say about it, and I'll kind of give a wrap-up story at the end on how I feel about the cons. But let's go into some insider tips. First, bring extra cash. I'll kind of break down what you need extra cash for. First, you're gonna need it for snacks. Like I said, it's a 12-hour thing. I bought breakfast in the morning. It was like 50 pesos at the taco stand right there right in front of me. And then there's food throughout the whole day. So you will never go hungry in Mexico. There's always somebody selling food everywhere you go. So you never have a reason to bring to be hungry in Mexico. So I would say minimum bring like 100 pesos, bare minimum, just so you have snacks throughout the day. I remember I got coffee in a Danish for like 40 pesos at one of the stops, and then so that's one thing you need money for. Another thing is on my particular tour, they told us about you can get like your Mayan birth certificate. I forget what they called it. It's also like your astrological sign. Like we all know about the Mayan calendar. They give a breakdown how it works, how it matches your cosmic birth with your lunar birth, and like, you know, it gives you like the calendar reading of what it looks like, and it comes on like a really cool Mayan paper. At the time I was like, I don't believe in astrology. If you do, more power to you. If that makes you feel happy and confident, then by all means. But at the time I was like, I don't really know about that. But then later in the day I was like, man, I should have got that. So I kind of wish I would have got it. And honestly, I'm gonna just have money on me for the next tour I take. If they offer that to me, or if I see anyone take it or offer it, I'm gonna get it. It sounded pretty cool. It comes on a really cool piece of Mayan paper. It's very like colorful, and so anyways, I'm definitely gonna get that next time. The other thing you need money for is there's a 60 peso bike rental. If you watch the video, there's a 2-kilometer distance between where you have to park and where the main pyramid's at. So if you're okay with walking 2 kilometers, go ahead. But the group all rented bikes to get there faster, save on time. I highly recommend it. I forget, they do have what they call the Mayan limousine. I forgot to ask about the price on that. So maybe 100 pesos, maybe 150. But anyways, the other thing you're gonna need money for is when you go to the buffet, and before I say this, there are 2 different price points. One is, it's either called the classic or the basic, where it does not include alcoholic drinks. And then there's the premium, which does include alcoholic drinks, and it's basically open bar all the whole time. There was one group that was there, and they got wasted. They had a blast. They literally, I was trying to count how many drinks they had, and it was easily like 10 to 15. And that was with me not paying attention. Like, that was me just guessing. I'm like, man, I bet they've had at least 10 to 15 because anyways. But so if you want to have fun and add drinks to your experience, get the premium. If you don't need drinks, like I wasn't drinking that day and I had no desire to, so I got the classic. But then at the buffet, I wanted something to drink with my food. It was 50 pesos. If you wanted an alcoholic drink, it's 70 pesos. And then I tipped 20 pesos. So do the math for how many people are going with you. And like I said, guys, these are all per person. So if there's 3 of you going, or 4 or 14, just add up the numbers. And then the last thing is I like to leave a tip for the tour guides. I Googled it a long time ago, and they said at least like 200 pesos per person. Do whatever, give it whatever you want. These tour guides, I've never had a tour guide be like pushy or unprofessional. They're always like very like, you know, guys, you're not required to tip, but we do appreciate your tips. And same with my experience. They were very professional. They were very, you know, like I felt like obligated to give them 200 pesos just because they did such a good job. So that's what you need money for. A couple other insider tips: make sure you bring a change of clothes and sandals. I forgot the and sandals part. When we went swimming, I had a change of clothes, but then I didn't have my sandals, and I want to put my shoes on with me being wet, and I had to walk across the rocky, like or whatever, rock ground, I don't know, whatever, rocks, and it kind of hurt my feet. I wish I would have brought my sandals, but I just didn't want to put my shoes on just yet. So definitely bring sandals. The other thing is bring comfortable shoes. I had comfortable shoes. I have no negative effects. Obviously, walking all day. I really wish I would have brought like a Fitbit to see how much I walked. I just don't believe in that stuff. I don't believe in counting your steps. Then it's like, oh, I don't want to put myself in that situation. But if you like doing that, go on the trip and let me know how many steps you took. It was a lot, but it wasn't tiring. It's like you travel and you rest, and then you tour, and then you travel, you rest, a tour. So it's like incremental steps. So I mean, granted, I'm probably in pretty decent shape. I never felt tired, and our tour guide was like 70, and he was fine. So don't use that as an excuse to not go, because and then one of the girls, I'm not being negative, and she was a little heavy set. She never once complained, never once said she was tired. So trust me. And there was a little baby, like a 2-year-old baby with us. So anyone can go on this trip. This is not a physical impediment. Anybody could have went on this trip. Tour. I highly believe so. So anyways, but do bring comfortable shoes just so you don't have to risk that chance of them hurting your feet. And like I said, be ready to walk. It was a lot of walking, but I don't know. It wasn't too tiring. Wasn't too exhausting for my personal taste. Another cool thing is when we were at the cenote, I noticed a lot of people had music. I'm like, how'd y'all bring music? Like, what made y'all remember to bring music? So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't have any, but everybody else had their own music there. So when you're at the cenote, you're there for like an hour or two. I don't remember. And our group actually decided not to do the Playa del Carmen part of it, so we just got more time at the cenote, and we all loved it. It was a great experience. Really glad we did it, because on the Playa del Carmen part, it's just like walking Fifth Avenue. And like I said, guys, each company's different, so their fourth or fifth thing might be slightly different, but I'm just letting you know from my personal experience. And then the last insider tip is just keep an open mind, guys. I made the mistake when I got here. I've been in Mexico for a couple months. I made the mistake of reading all the reviews, and we all know what we do. We read the negative reviews first. Nobody wants to read the good reviews, because they're always like, I had a great time. And you're like, okay, what made it a great time? So you read the negative reviews, and all the negative reviews just said the two things that I said earlier. That there really wasn't any other ongoing. There obviously was some isolated negative reviews, but anyways, but my whole point with this is I heard this awesome story the other day. This Shaolin monk, he said a parable of this guy that lived next to this huge mountain, and he always wanted to climb the mountain. So when visitors would climb the mountain, he's like, how's your experience? And they were always like, oh my God, it was amazing. Look at these pictures. We had a great time. But we did have some setbacks. We got snowed in one day, and we had to rest for a night. And then the next tour, the next person, how was your experience? Oh my God, it was amazing. But we got lost, and we had to backtrack and go back to our city. And then and over time, he's like, man, it sounds awesome, but it sounds really hard. Like, I don't know if I want to do that. Then finally one day he decided. He's like, you know what? I don't need to go to climb this mountain, because I already know what's up there, and I already know the struggles of going up there. Like, why would I want to put myself through that? That seems way too hard. And so he never climbed that mountain. So guys, I'm telling you, take these tours. They're so much fun. They're exciting. You'll definitely enjoy yourself, and don't listen to the negative reviews. Just go and have a blast. And like I said, guys, I'll leave links to not only the private tour way to do it, but also to a way to do it with the group tour, which is the most affordable. And to be honest, I would do this tour again. And I'd kind of like to see what the private tour is like, but I haven't done the private tour yet, just to let y'all know. But I will leave a link for y'all if y'all want to do the private tour. It may make more sense for you. You may prefer to do the private tour. And that's what I was going to say, guys. If any of those negative experiences sound too negative for you, then take the private tour. It costs a lot more money. I think it's like twice the price, maybe a little bit more. I think it's only twice the price, actually. So, if you're like, hey, I'm okay with paying twice the price for a zero negative experience, then do that. And like I said, guys, I had zero negative experience. I really enjoyed myself. But guys, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I almost lost my words there. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.